We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Show Must Go On line. Today's guest is Pedro G. Leos. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm great. I'm so happy to be here. I'm just so excited. How are you?
So much better now that we're chatting.
Oh, thank you. Ah.
Yay!
Oh,
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
hi, happy thinking about happy 555. Today it's also 555 for our spiritual people. Yes.
Ooh, tell us more about that.
So it's the fifth day of the month. The
Mhm.
fifth day of the on the fifth day, it's the fifth day of the fifth month. I got that right. And if you add up the year, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1, it equals 5.
Whoa.
Yes. Yes. I love my angel numbers.
You are just like racking it all up. I love this.
Oh, yes, of course. Rack it. Stack it.
Awesome. So let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. And
Mhm.
let's hear your origin story. What got you into theater and writing and all that
Ooh,
jazz?
and all the jazz. Okay, so I had always wanted to act since I was like 8 years old. And I remember I went on to this cute little audition and I didn't get it, but it was totally fine. And then I got super exposed to theater itself and the art form that is the theater. Oh my God. When I was in sixth grade and I took a theater class and we did a play called Goldilocks and the Three Bears, or The Trial of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, which is like a courtroom setup trial. Super cute. And I was in the ensemble and then I just, the bug bit and it bit hard and it took a chunk with it. And I kind of just like kept doing it. I took a year off because I moved. I was an army brat. So I moved around a lot. And in between that, doing that play and high school, I didn't really do much for a year. Then when I got to high school, I just kind of went head first and learned a lot about like my base of what I learned, the theater basics came from there. And then from that, about my junior year of high school, I was like, oh, I want to make this a career. Like it's something I really want to do. I love it. I think I'm pretty good at it. So let's see where it goes. And I applied to ADA, American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and I got accepted and I did. Yes, it's a very, very, very exciting moment in my life when I got to go there and really like dig deep into the training. And it was there that I fell in love with the craft of acting and being an actor and what that meant. And then, graduated from there. I went to both campuses. I'm like I'm a commodity. I went to one of each. And then I got to, spend some time in Colorado. And it was in Colorado that I actually learned how, like, about the theater as a whole. So not just as an actor, but everything that goes on, design wise and creatively, as a director or a producer or working backstage. It was just very, very knowledgeable when I was there, and got to direct some stuff, got to stage manage some stuff, and that's kind of where I fell in love. And then, of course, that translated to like television and film. And it was through getting to read amazing work and play amazing work as an actor, and then kind of go deeper as a director, that I fell in love with writing and was like, you know what? I guess I've always been a storyteller. So I guess now let's see if I can like, create some stories. And that's where that came from. So it's kind of like all been like a domino effect and each one is like influenced the next. It's been really cool.
Wow, I love that. Yeah, it really does go to show that even when actors get to experience other parts of the craft, that they can learn more about the acting, but then also learn more about how the sausage gets made, how all of
Oh yeah.
theater is. And that's really cool that that did like fan a spark into a flame, if you will.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, 100%. It definitely did that.
So what was that it about that experience that really resonated with you?
Um, the experience, like as a whole, the whole journey as a whole.
Yeah, and like and specifically doing the not like thinking, okay, I'm going to be an actor and going into that and then
Mhm.
experiencing the other parts of theater and being like, "Oh, I didn't even realize that these opportunities were out there."
So I guess the best way I could describe it is like, when you fade into another, when a scene fades into another scene and it kind of just, that's like the best way I could explain how they kind of transitioned into one another. Because for the longest time I'm an actor. I'm an actor and that's what I do. And, I tell stories, and it was through receiving the opportunity to direct a play for the first time and really like, understand how the sausage got made and, the work that it takes, is when I was able to deepen my appreciation for being a creator and or what I call an entertainment creative, because I hate boxes. Like, we don't like boxes, and so having an appreciation through that, and then from that, stage managing to like going in a little deeper, because directing is one thing, but then stage managing is a whole other ball game. So having all of that knowledge, and then just kind of taking a step back from it and being like, oh wait, I can tell a story, period. So like, why not just explore that? And the writing is still fairly new for me, which I'm not afraid to say that, but I know that it's something that's been inside me all along. And just being able to like open that Pandora's box rather, and like get a feel for creating on a deeper level, and knowing that it all influences each other, and it's all like it's all like kind of meant to be in that, and so to speak. So it's just been a really eye-opening experience, I guess, and it's just been like super cool and fun and different and scary at times. But I think like if it's not a little bit scary, like then it's not fun. You're not really having that much fun with it, because I'm all about doing the unsafe thing as far as like creating and work goes, like not being afraid to make unsafe choices. Yeah.
Ooh, I love that. Great answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And, I think so many people get scared about taking these chances and risks, and they think, well, if I'm an actor and I start going into these other paths, what's that going to be? Am I not going to get as many jobs? But then it can actually open up more jobs and more opportunities.
Yes, ma'am. RuPaul has this saying. I love Mother Ru. I hope she's having a great day. And she said this thing on her podcast, because she has a podcast with Michelle Visage, her best friend, and she's said it on multiple occasions that, it's funny how when we're young, we think that we're meant to do this one thing and that this is what we're supposed to do, but it actually just it's a segue. It opens up another doorway to these other things that we're actually meant for. And I think that's kind of what's happened with my writing, is that I for so long was like, I'm an actor. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to tell stories. And that's not wrong. I wasn't wrong. I am meant to tell stories, but not in the way that I originally thought. And that's not to say that I'm still not an actor, because I very much am. And I very much am a director. But being a writer has now become kind of like the meat and potatoes of where, it's kind of like those are the roots, and I get to build up on that and get to, acting is now just a treat, and I get to really sink my teeth into, telling a story the way I want to. And that's a special thing.
I can tell you're a writer because so many of the language uses that you're saying in these answers are like beautifully crafted sentences. I'm obsessed.
I swear it's just the way I talk. Like, I promise, like, I don't know. I moved around a lot. And from there, like, I just kind of have this like neutral way of speaking, like just in my tone. And then I guess from like, reading, I just love reading, and especially love reading plays. Like, language is just so beautiful, and it's fun. And I promise I'm not putting anything on or anything like that. Like, that just literally, my friends will tell you like, oh my God, yeah. Sometimes they just, I have a couple of friends who will just smile and nod when I say things sometimes, because not that they don't know what I'm saying, but I use a wide vocabulary. So they're just like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, okay, so you don't know, you're not going to have a stance. You're just going to be like, okay, cool. That's fine. That's okay. I'm cool with that.
Own it. I love it.
Yeah, no. But like, I'm from South Texas originally, and I say I'm a Texan by birth and a New Yorker by trade. So like yes, I was born in Texas, and as I said earlier, my dad was in the Army, so we moved around a lot, and I spent what I call my formative years in northern upstate New York. So about an hour north of Syracuse is where I grew up, from the time I was like 12 until I graduated. And then even like after 2 years after, like when I was going to school in New York City, I was commuting home sometimes up north just to visit family. And so I spent a good chunk of my time there. So New York is very, very near and dear to my heart. All of New York State and New York City, very close to my heart.
It's so funny because I'm from New York and I spent 2 years in Texas.
Okay, Queen. Where in Texas?
I was a reporter in Odessa, Texas, West Texas, y'all.
Work. Yes, Odessa. I was born in San Antonio.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually, I'm kind of there right now. We'll say that's where
Ooh.
we'll say I'm there, but I'm there. I'm in the San Antonio area. So if you see me, say hi.
Ooh, gosh. I wish I'm currently, it's so funny. My driver's license, this is taking like a 2-second tangent, but my driver's license currently is still in Texas, like is a Texas driver's license. Cause even when I'm in New York, like I haven't had to drive. So I have a driver's license from Texas. I'm from New York is like where my address is. Cause that's where I like live. And I'm currently in Washington State. And so I'll be
yes. Listen, I'm all for it. Enjoy that nomad experience. It's the best thing. Like that is literally me. No one ever knows where I'm going to be. Like,
yeah.
Whenever. Like we planned this. Sorry, 2 seconds. We planned this like however long ago, and I was in San Diego at the time, which is where we did multi-hype, and now I'm in Texas. So like it's just who knows where we'll be. You'll see us. You'll catch us.
Exactly. So I felt like you would appreciate that kind of feeling.
Of course. Yes. Of
I'm
course.
from everywhere.
Yes, I'm from everywhere. I'm from here and now is where I'm from.
Excellent. Perfect. So you spoke about multi-hype. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Get into it. I've been saying that a lot lately. Get into it. So let's get into it.
So how'd you find out about it? Like, tell us your experience.
So I found out about multi-hype because I have a wonderful, wonderful writing mentor. His name is David Matthew Barnes, and he holds a very special place in my heart. Kind of quick origin of where I met him. I did one of his plays when I was living in Colorado, and that was going to be turned into a film. And I got cast in the short film, like flew to Spain. It was supposed to be a whole shebang, really fun. It didn't end up happening. Our version of the film, the version I was supposed to be in, didn't end up happening. But the film did come to fruition. It's called Wagon. Check it out. It's amazing. It's a short film. And we just, kept in touch, and he was willing to help me on my journey as a writer. And I'm forever grateful for that. And part of him helping me was telling me about multi-hype. And, he knows Kimberly Faye Greenberg, and he also knows Ashley Kate Adams. So like, it was really cool. And then like, I'm not sure if he knew Michael Kushner beforehand, but I mean, he does now, and thank the world for Michael Kushner, seriously. And so it was just it was just really cool. It was nothing I expected it to be, which is amazing. And boy, was it a journey, and one I'm very happy I took.
Yes, wow, everything you're saying, it's bringing me right back there.
Yeah. Oh, child, yes. Yeah.
So you had this experience the first day where you raised your hand. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Okay, so I'm like not afraid to go first, but I'm also I give it a few beats. Like I don't want to be the first one, but I gave it a few beats, and I was like, you know what, I'll go first. Fine, sure. What's up? And he was asking me a lot of questions about why I do what I do. And to put it blatantly, I never answered the question because one thing that I discovered in that exercise was, I don't want to say, I guess, a fear of going deeper, of being vulnerable, which was the point of what he was trying to get across, to go a little deeper and to figure out the true reason why I'm doing what I do. And by the end of it, I got to the nitty gritty of it, and I realized that it's a selfish reason, but of course. And the reason why I chose to do what I do was because I can tell stories not just about me and my experiences, but experience that reflect my community, the LGBTQ plus community, and my culture, being Latinx, and being able to have the power to do that, and the privilege to do that. And it's so funny what a difference 3 days can make. and how I was just going into, oh, it's because of this and it's because of this. And he's like, no, 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 that's not why. And I'm like, what do you mean that's not why? Like, yes, that's why. No, it wasn't why. Not to say that those were wrong, because he never said I was wrong. And I don't think I was. It's just, it wasn't the root, the soul, the heart of why I do it. I do what I do. And it was a very eye-opening experience, because boy, do you not want to be the first one on the roasting block when you have to answer a very deep personal question like that. And it's so ironic, because in my personal life I'm not super vulnerable, but I've learned many times on my journey as an artist that that doesn't serve you in your work. It just doesn't. And so it's a hard lesson to learn when I learn it multiple times, but it's a good lesson to learn when I learn it multiple times. So thank you, Michael Kushner.
Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I think that really it taught all of us in that moment, seeing that like, oh, okay, this is going to be a real thing where we're all really going into it. This isn't just like a course where the three facilitators talk and we all just sit back. No, we are engaging. We are working on ourselves. And
you're going there. You are going there. Like, no, nope. I hope you have your seatbelt on, because we full throttle. And I love that, because there's no filler. They told you right off the bat what you're getting into, and you're either going to do it or you're not. And I think we all did. And I think it only served us more.
100%. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I felt so energized after that. Like after every day, I was like, oh my God, I just did this, and I'm going to work on my resume, and I'm going to work on my website and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And you worked on a table reading, if I remember correctly.
Yes, this is correct. I did do a table reading of a very special project of mine that is still in it's still in the baby stage. So I'm handling it with care. But yes, I did it for one of our I'm going to call it our final. For our final in multi-hype. We had to do a presentation of, something, and I chose to pitch my show. And I worked really, really hard on that pitch. And it was funny, because I didn't realize that I had already done half of the work for myself earlier. And so it was a big deal for me to do that, because up until that moment, I hadn't touched my screenplay in about 2 months. And an instance happened where I got, and I'm okay to talk about this, because I think it goes to show that not a lot of people are alone. There was an instance where I received feedback on this project that I won't say was wrong, because it wasn't. It was actually very helpful, but it was in the way that the feedback was given to me that very much discouraged me from even pursuing it or wanting to continue. And I think what I learned out of that was that it shouldn't matter to a certain extent what anybody says. Use it as a Kickstarter forward. And I think it may have taken some time, and it's okay to take that time to get back into it. But when I got back into it, I went full throttle, and I had made an executive choice to do this project and pitch it, because if I didn't pitch it for multi-hype, I don't think I would have gotten as far with it as I have. And it really just, when I did it, and Ashley Kate Adams said, you pick a day, and you tell me when that day is. And I'm like, oh, okay, guess it's time to do the thing. Let's do the thing. So I set a date, and I pitched it on that day. I was very proud of that pitch. I think I did very well. Thank you. And the day came. I gave myself enough time to plan it, and I got a bunch of my friends together. I was like, please, will you do this for me? I can't pay you, but like, I have some friends going, and like it'll be worth it, I promise. Just please, can we do this? And they said yes, and I'm forever grateful to that. And then I got started on my rewrite with those notes that I was scared of, and I incorporated them, and they actually very much helped. And I had this pilot, and I sent it to all my friends, and I invited David Matthew Barnes, and I invited Ashley Kate Adams, and I invited a few other people who couldn't make it, but it's totally okay. And we did it. And it was in that moment that I realized that this person who discouraged me, who called me an amateur, who said I didn't know what I was doing, was 100% wrong, and that I do know what I'm doing. I am a professional in this industry now, and I can say that, and it means more to me that I can say that to myself. And it was better than I could have ever imagined. And they loved it, and they gave me amazing feedback and amazing notes of how I can just go even further and deepen it. So now I am actually working on what will be my final draft of this pilot. And I'm not sure how much I could say, but I am having conversations about how to further and deepen the process of this project, and I'm very excited. I have all the high hopes in the world, and it's going to be amazing.
Yay! I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Shoshana. That means a lot. Thank you very much.
I'm so proud on you on like so many levels. A, getting that imposter syndrome out of your head, get it out. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
We all
Yes,
suffer
go
from
away.
it.
We don't
Like,
need it. And I think Kimberly Faye Greenberg was right when she said it doesn't go away.
right, exactly. Like I say go away, but like my imposter syndrome is like, you better look in the mirror, girl.
It's like, it's a nice voice to have, to like be like, you know what? I hear you, but no thank you. Like
Just turn it down. Turn down the volume. Like it'll be there. Put it at like 5%. We don't need it at 50.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yes. 100% on that. Leave it at 50%. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And then, I think it's so scary to put the work out there, right? It's easy to be like, I have this idea, I've been working on it. And then, it's hard to ask your friends for help, especially if you can't pay them. And I think everyone understands that when you're at a certain level, that like, I just need the help, but it will be beneficial. And I will help you if you need something. And I think that's really what like true friendship is about, is like, we know that then the next time they need something, you'll be there. And I love that.
Yes, it's definitely a give and take, and I often am more of a giver sometimes than I allow myself to be a taker. But
Right.
100%, like, yeah, hammer on the nail with that one, because it's helping each other. And one thing David Matthew Barnes has said to me is like, just pay it forward. And I want to pay it forward as much as I can, because there have been so many people who have given me an opportunity to even tell my story, or to like, have this idea, and like to be able to give that to somebody else. Like there's no words,
Right. Yeah, 100%. Paying it forward is the best. And it makes you feel good too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what this was. I don't know what that was. Yes.
We love to see it.
Yes.
We make up new things here.
Yes. Okay. Work. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going over, I have my little like cheat sheet of your life, which is so fun. Love it.
Oh,
Love
cool.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. So let's talk about Big Love, where you directed it. So cool.
Oh my God. Okay. Wow, my heart just like shot. Big Love. Okay. I have such a deep love for Charles Mee. Oh my gosh, he is just amazing and a wonderful writer, and the things that he does with stories is amazing. Summertime is one of my other favorites. I got to do this show in my last year of ADA, directed by Lisa Milanazzo, who has my heart forever. And it was just such a vulnerable, deep, loving, amazing experience that I got to have being an actor in this show, and really going nuts. So let me backtrack. For people who don't know what Big Love is not the show that we all know and love. It's a play written by Charles L. Mee that is a kind of like a revamping of an old Greek story called The Suppliants. And it's about 50 women who have to marry their 50 cousins. Yes, you heard that right. And they run away and they find them. The husbands find them, and they decide to, spoiler alert, kill them on their wedding day. And this story kind of takes it and kind of brings a little more of a modern twist to it. And it's just a wonderfully brilliant story. If you ever have a chance to read it or see it, go for it. All of Charles Mee's stuff is available for free on his website, so you can do it. And that's so I did the show. and loved it. And I had an opportunity to propose to direct a play on my own. And originally the play was going to be Dog Sees God. But the place that I proposed it to denied that request because they had already done it previously. So I couldn't do that one, which is okay. I remembered that, oh my God, all of Charles Mee's stuff is available for free on his website. So why don't I revisit a show that I love so much, but look at it with a different set of eyes? Look at it a little deeper. Look at everybody, not just who I played, but everybody, all of these amazing characters. And I did it in an outside space in the round. I had another, my main job was directing the show, but I had a lot of other jobs. I did costumes. I had a stage manager, because my pro tip, if you're going to direct a show, get a stage manager. I'm telling you, just get a stage manager, find someone who's willing to help you, because they will save your life. Georgia, I don't know if you're watching, but I love you. That big love could not have happened without you. And she was amazing. And I had an awesome sound designer, and, I did it as what was called an unconventional staged reading, which I don't know. I've gotten better with titles since then, but it was going to be done as a staged reading, and they had music stands where their script was, but there was like physicality, so everything was done on a diagonal, and we had actors moving like on a diagonal at all times, or standing on a diagonal, because we were doing it in the round and we wanted everyone to see what they could. And one of my favorite parts about theater in the round is you can go every night the show is playing, sit in a different seat and see a completely new show. Unfortunately, this was a one-night show only thing, but, and on any other occasion, it would have worked perfectly. So I also had a choreographer. Her name was Anna Lohr. She did wonderful, because at the end of this play, there's a giant wedding scene, and it's just the best controlled chaos you can ever imagine. Food, blood, sex, murder, all of it. It's just wonderful. And so we did it. And it was my actors kind of, it was my first show. So I made some mistakes. I learned some things, but overall it was a wonderful, wonderful show. My actors did amazing. My crew was amazing. The audience was amazing. And I was told by an older woman, sorry about that. I was told by an older woman at the end of the show that it was beautiful direction. And I will never forget that. I will never forget that comment she made. And it was just one of the best experiences I had. And I talked to my former director before I did it. And I said, I told her about it. She's like, enjoy this crazy, wonderful ride you're about to go on. And boy, did I.
Yes. Wow. That sounds like such a formative experience.
It was fun. Oh my God, it was insane. It was wild. It was everything you could want. Yeah.
I love how you were describing the final scene, and you're like, there's blood and sex and food.
All of it. There's everything you could want is there. It's great. It's great. If you want to, if your choice is to do this, you could even have a drag number in the show, which I did, and it was awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We love that.
It's great. It's great. It's a wonderful show. I love it. Charles Mee's great.
More drag numbers in other shows. I can see it. I'd love it.
More drag, period.
More drag.
Yes. I love drag. I love drag so much. I love drag a lot.
Oh yeah, I know. That's one of the things I'm like looking forward to most when like things safely open back up. Like I could go for a good drag brunch.
Yes, I could go for bottomless mimosas and men in wigs doing the splits. There's never a bad time for that. I'm sorry. There's just not. And if you have Britney Spears thrown in there, child.
Come on. Wait, yes. I was listening to Britney Spears this morning.
Free Britney.
Free Britney.
Free Britney. Yes, all day.
She was my first concert. Love her.
Snaps. That's amazing. What a wonderful first concert experience.
Oh, yeah. 4th grade. I remember hit me, baby, one more time.
Period. Yes. Yes.
So
yes. Good. Oh my God. I love her so much. Oh.
Love, love, love. So, okay, speaking of Britney, but then going wider, who were kind of those inspirations growing up that either in music or acting or anything in the arts really like spoke to you?
Okay, so if we're going to talk music, Mariah Carey was very, very influential in my upbringing. She raised me. No, I love Mariah Carey. So like The Wizard of Oz is one of my favorite books of all time. And I was raised on the movie. I had the VHS tape. I ran that thing into the ground. They had to get me a new one. Um, and there was just something about like Alice in Wonderland didn't do it for me. Like other movies that involve fantasy lands didn't do it for me. The Wizard of Oz was the golden ticket, to quote another book. Um, and there was just something about the cinematicness of it, the artistry of it, the colors, the liveliness of it that just I think really is what inspired me to even consider wanting to be a showstopper. Excuse me, I'm scratching. Anyway, and from there, like I guess most of it really developed in my teen years when I really, really like dove into Broadway and like dove into theater, and the shows like I didn't know a pop opera could exist, and then I saw a show like Bear and I was like, oh my god, this is life changing, and it's a queer story. Oh my god, what is this? To discover Bear in high school, let me tell you. So then and then the classics like Wicked and Les Mis and Phantom of the Opera, like just really getting inspired by the stories, then leading to like the characters and then the actors who portray these characters. Like to date, one of my biggest inspirations is Sarah Paulson. I think she's amazing, and she comes from the theater. And or Viola Davis, who also comes from the theater. And there's just something about these amazing. I was talking to my cousin about this earlier. There's just something about these amazing actors who we love and where their origins are, which are in theater, and there's just something so powerful and resonant about that. And I'm so proud to come from a place like that, a community like that, and it just has only influenced everything else that's come after with film and television. It's wonderful. So like, yeah, I didn't really answer the question, but I did kind of.
Are you kidding? That was like everything and more.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I think, I'm certainly that person when we're watching a TV show or movie and I'm like, oh, that person was in blah, or that person was in this like theater thing. And I'm always like bringing movie people back to the theater.
Yes. Okay. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
Yes.
Bernadette Peters is a guest star on it. And I'm like, come on, Bernadette Peters. Like, hello. Everything goes back to Broadway. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I love that show so much.
It's very good. It's very good. It's very good.
And so many theater people. Theater people make everything better. Come on.
They do. The theaters, there's nothing like it. Like there's nothing like having something happen right in front of your face and the energy that comes from that. It's just, one of the examples I have is seeing The Color Purple with Cynthia Erivo. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Holy jeez.
Oh, you're just hitting me right there.
I'm feeling it. Like I feel it now. I mean, and it was a privileged day that day because I was sitting in the F row and I was like right like 5 rows back from Jennifer Hudson. Like holy jeez. And just the story and the voice and the energy that just touches every single person, whether you're in the mezzanine, whether you're in the orchestra, you feel it like they're talking. She was singing directly to me. You can't tell me she wasn't singing directly to me. You can't.
I wouldn't even try. Wouldn't dare.
No, never.
She was singing directly to you.
Yes, she is beautiful as she is here. And I'm like, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And the F row, being like 5, I would say like between the like 5th and 10th rows are really like that sweet spot. I mean, okay, I've been in the first row.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You get it's everything. They're running right to you, everything. But your head hurts, whatever. I will suffer through that any day of the week. But like 5th row, that is like golden child, because
Yeah.
you can sit back, you can relax, you can see the stage, you can still feel the rush coming towards you. Love it.
Oh yes, yes. Oh my God. It could, and like there's not to be biased, but like there couldn't have been a better show to
Yeah.
be sitting in that seat
Mm.
for, like I completely agree with you. It's like it's like an icing and cake situation, you just get everything and then you just licking your fingers at the end. It's, oh my gosh. I'll never
Obsessed.
forget it. Obsessed, obsessed, obsessed.
Perfect. So, okay, we've talked about so many things, but let's go right back over to your journey and talk about a few other things. I'm going to just like list some things that I saw that you've been a part of, and feel free to just like answer as you please.
Okay.
So we've got Boxcar, we've got Bear Creek, we've got Short Eyes, and
Oof.
the Bluffs and Bail. Take it
Okay.
away.
What was that last? Oh, Bail. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I'll talk about Bail real quick because I almost forgot about it. Bail was a cute little thing. I had gotten asked to do this short theater festival in Denver. A lot of those are Colorado projects too, by the way. And they were like, we have some like short little one acts. They're very like, rehearse in someone's living room kind of thing, and then we're going to put you in a location and that's where you're going to do it, and you're going to do it like 15 times. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I worked, it was a 2-person show, and I was in a jumpsuit on a hot Colorado summer day for like 4 hours. And we did it like, I don't even know how many times. And then I'll never forget the lady who ran the whole thing. I don't remember her name. Forgive me. She told me, hey, I'll call you and let you know about more projects. My projects pay. And I said, cha-ching. Okay. And she never called me. So, so yeah, that was cool. That was a fun experience. I mean, it was the first time I had done anything in repetition like that. So that was fun. That was cool. Yeah, Bear Creek was my first film I ever did. Unfortunately, unless you have a copy of the film, you can no longer see it. It was streaming on Amazon Prime for a very long time, and I think it just got taken down. The director of the film has since passed away. Rest in peace, George Clymer. But it was a really interesting experience. It was everything. Forgive me, whoever's watching. It was everything you don't want to experience on a film set. We filmed near Fort Collins, Colorado. We filmed some in Denver and some near this campsite in Fort Collins, near Fort Collins, I believe. And I got altitude sickness, and I was still expected to film. And I slept in my car, and I lost things. And it was really, but like, it was cool. Like, it was a horror movie. It was a queer horror movie. And like, I got axed in the chest and I got like prosthetics. It was a really interesting experience. And then we had a filming at this little theater called the Bug Theater in Denver. And my parents came, and there's this scene where I'm like lying. You can't see anything, but I'm like lying naked in a sleeping bag with somebody, and it was not a good experience. That it's not an experience you want to have with your mother sitting right next to you. I'll just put it that way. Short Eyes. Oh no, go ahead. Sorry, what's up?
No, I'm just thinking, like, I'm sorry you went through that experience. It sounds quite trying.
It's lessons learned. Lessons learned.
Yes.
Learned. Yes. Yes. I told my father I didn't want him watching my show. And he's like, I'm gonna watch it anyway. And I said, okay, well, I warned you. So yeah, no, not an experience you want to have. No.
Okay, and then Short Eyes, you were saying.
Oh yeah, Short Eyes. That was a fun experience. If you don't know the story of Short Eyes, it's based on a true story about men living in a prison, like in prison life. And I played a character named Paco, which people have often thought my name was. And he was a very complex, complicated, challenging character. One of the most challenging characters I've ever played, because he sexually assaults somebody in the show, and doesn't have a problem with it. So kind of getting into the mind of this really sad, tragic individual was new and eye-opening. And I would never say he's a villain, obviously, but now I can understand playing a villain a little bit. So that was fun.
Wow, you really got like the full end of the spectrum with your acting.
I've been very blessed. I'm very grateful. One of the projects that I've done recently was a project that I did in Sarasota, Florida, with a company called Florida Studio Theater. Wonderful things they're doing with youth theater there. I mean, honestly, I really I did a show called Tomas and the Library Lady, and it's one of my most proudest moments I've ever had, to play a Latinx character who is from around the same area that I'm from. He was from Corpus Christi, who is a real person, and and I had never played a real person before. So that was another cool thing. And to give this, tell this story to kids all over Florida in their schools was such a wonderful experience. And so like from being able to play, who people would constitute as a monster, to playing an 8-year-old boy, to playing, a gender bending, Italian, to, playing the bitch in a horror movie. Like it's just all been, I've been so grateful, and I've had so many awesome experiences through this and gotten to travel. And it's just been, I can never express the amount of gratitude I have for being able to do this. And this is my job. This is what I do. It's so fun. It's so fun.
Yay. So exciting.
Crazy exciting. Wild exciting.
Yeah. So, okay, now's the time of the episode where we talk about a nonprofit or a charity that you want to shout out.
Yes, of course. So there is this really special nonprofit. They're called Inside Out, and they're located in Colorado Springs, and they are a wonderful program for LGBTQ plus youth. I directed it, my second show ever. I directed at this company who did a partnership with them, and it was a queer show, and proceeds went to the Inside Out organization. So they're really, really awesome. You can look them up. They're on Facebook, and shout out Inside Out.
Yay! Love it. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. Oh my gosh.
This is so fun. Oh, I love it. We're not done yet. Don't worry.
Oh no, I'm just showing gratitude. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, we love to show gratitude. You're
it's
so
best.
wonderful.
It's the foundation.
It is the foundation. So tell everyone where they can find you on social media, and like, honey, use this time to promote anything you want to promote.
Oh, of course. Okay, so you can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm most active. It's Pedro __ my last name, Leos, and that's where I spend a lot of my time. That's where I promote a lot of my stuff. You can catch the Bluffs, which was mentioned earlier. It was my first web series I ever did. Which is also a Colorado project. That's on YouTube. You can search the Bluff season 3. If you watch it and tell me, I'll be really happy, because I love that project. It was a lot of fun. And I didn't say this earlier, but the show that I am creating is called Perfect Places. And be on the lookout for that, because it's happening. And I'm very excited about it. Putting it out there, manifesting it. It is, and it is.
Yes, we are manifesting. It's funny. I was going to ask you the name earlier, and then I was like, I don't know if you're allowed to say because of things. So.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll say it. It's called Perfect Places, and I'm very, very excited for it.
Thank you. Yes, I'm so glad you shared that. I wrote that down, and we are going to keep an eye out for that when that happens, because we are manifesting. It is happening. You got to let me know, and I will promote it. It's going to be great.
Oh, thank you. Yay. Yes. Be on the lookout. Check your TV sets.
Yes, check them. Get those DVR sets ready.
Get those DVR settings. Check your local listings. Buy a TV guide if you have to.
We're going old school.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh. So is there anything else that you came into today wanting to make sure to get out there into the universe, manifest anything else?
Get out. Besides Perfect Places, because I've been really, really diving into that a lot over the last few months. Um, oh, I feel so bad. Oh, no. Maybe check out. I'm in talks about podcasting. I might do a podcast with my best friend. That's something that's definitely in the talks and in the works. So actually, yeah, check my socials for titles and posts about that. Um, oh, I have a podcast with one of my best friends. His name is Miggy. We have not recorded in a while, but we still have episodes out on Spotify. It's called Los Reinas.
Ooh.
It's just fun. We talk for about an hour. I mean, put it on while you're taking a long drive or while you're baking for the bake off. Just, if you want to hear some cute little queer banter that we do. He's one of my closest friends. I love him. And yeah, I mean, I don't have
We
anything
love Mickey.
else. We love Miggy. We love him. Yeah, that I don't really have anything else to promote, unfortunately. But things happen. I'm you never know what can happen from one day to the next. So just keep a lookout on my socials, and you'll if I'm doing something, you will know.
We will know,
You will
yes. And
know.
Slimbo came in to just say hi.
Yeah, hi. Oh, it's so good to see him again. Oh,
I know. Slimbo is my co-host. We love.
always. Gotta love a good co-host.
Truly.
Truly.
Well, I'm glad you shared that because podcasts, hey, I mean, I've got it. We've got B-Way Show the podcast. Check it out on all your favorite apps.
Yes.
Yes. And I will do a quick promo. So we've got B-Way Show on all things. You can find me BWAYSHO, and the show must go online continues, including today. We've got a 2-show day. So of course we are here right now. And then Benjamin Rahula is coming later today for an evening performance. We love this.
Yes.
So exciting. And we've got the Show Trions, which is the B-Way Show Patreon squad, and they support me financially and emotionally. It's a wonderful. And if you love trivia, we do monthly video chats, and send in a little love out there. It's pretty cool.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Helping you emotionally is very important. Most important. Oh.
Yes. Yay, friends. I know, totally. I mean, especially in this time of quarantine and the pandemic and everything happening, like having that support system in your life, huge. Love it.
Huge. Gargantuan.
Yes. Oh, and one of them is here right now. Hello, Eva. So great to see you.
Hi, Eva.
Yay! So thank you. This was just such a great way to spend my day. You are such a wonderful human. This is really, really nice.
Oh, thank you, Shoshana. Really, thank you. Like I'm so grateful to be here, for you to have me. This has been a great day for me. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Yay, me too. Well, sending those good vibes to everyone. Thank y'all for watching and commenting along. You're wonderful. And this video remains on forever. So if you didn't catch it now, hello in the future. I hope you're enjoying it and I hope you're having a great day. So stay safe, everyone. Wear a mask and we'll see you at the show. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.